Imagine this. You've done all the affirmations, watched hours of manifestation videos, visualized them texting you, and yet nothing's changing. The person still feels distant, or maybe someone new just doesn't show up. You start wondering, why does it work for others and not for me? Here's a truth most people avoid, because it forces you to really look within your self-concept. Is the only thing standing between you and the relationship you want. Not them, not timing, not the universe's delay. Just you and how you see yourself. Everything, every text, every almost relationship, every ghosted message is an echo of who you believe you are in relation to love. That's it. The law, the universe, God, whatever name you give it, always reflects your inner state, not your outer effort. That means if deep down you think love is hard, or that you need to prove yourself to be chosen, then your world will keep saying, okay, that's who you are. Here's more of that. Let's be honest. Most of us don't really know what our self-concept about love even is. We think we do. We say, of course I know I'm worthy. Of course I believe I deserve love. But our reactions tell another story. When they stop texting and we panic, when we feel small next to someone we like, when we look in the mirror and question if we're good enough, that's our self-concept speaking louder than our words. So if you want to manifest a loving relationship, the work isn't about chasing a specific person or technique. It's about reprogramming the identity from which you manifest. Because you can only attract and keep what matches the self you believe yourself to be. Let me explain it simply. Imagine your mind as a projector. The screen in front of you, your life, your relationships, isn't creating the image, it's showing it. If you don't like what's on the screen, do you run up and scream at it to change? No. You fix the film inside the projector. Your self-concept is that film. Now here's the thing. Changing it doesn't mean forcing yourself to believe you're perfect overnight. This isn't about pretending to be confident or repeating "I'm loved" while secretly feeling unworthy inside. It's about becoming deeply honest with yourself about what you truly assume to be true, and then gently reshaping it. If your pattern in relationships feels like being ignored, not chosen, always waiting, it's because somewhere inside, your self-image is "I'm someone people overlook." The subconscious takes that as an order. It doesn't question. It just creates from it. Your outer world is never personal. It's mechanical. The moment you change the inner assumption, life must reflect it. The only reason it hasn't yet is because your self-concept is still aligned with what you don't want. People often ask, but how do I actually change my self-concept? And my answer is, you already are changing it. Every moment you imagine yourself as someone different, every time you revise how you see you, you shift timelines. Start by asking not, why isn't my person loving me? But who am I being right now in this story? Am I being the version of me who is already loved, chosen, valued? Or am I being the version of me who's waiting to be picked? Because both are choices. You can't become loved by needing love. You become loved when you are love. That's what Neville Goddard meant when he said, that which you cannot claim as true of yourself can never evolve in your world. So the person you want to be with isn't the focus. The mirror is. You are. Every moment you practice being the woman or man who knows they are loved, wanted, and secure, you are rewriting your concept of self. And when that new self takes hold, the 3D world will rearrange itself to match it because it must. Think of it like tuning a radio. You don't argue with static. You just adjust the dial until you reach the clear station. That clear frequency, that's the feeling of I am loved, I am chosen, I am fulfilled. And the world, it just plays the song you're tuned into. But this isn't about chanting affirmations like a robot. It's about feeling them as states of being. I am loved isn't just words, it's a quiet knowing, an inner shift where you genuinely feel that nothing is missing, that love already exists within you and expresses itself everywhere you look. When you stop seeking from lack, love can finally find you. Because lack vibrates with lack, and fullness calls in more fullness. You cannot crave your way into abundance, it's felt first, then seen. Ask yourself, how would I think, speak, move, and treat myself if I already was the person who's deeply loved and desired? Would I cry over unread messages? Would I chase? Would I believe someone else has the power to give or take my happiness? You might notice how often we give our emotional power away without realizing it. When someone compliments you, your mood lifts. When they ignore you, it crashes. That's how you know your self-concept is tied to outer validation. But your power can't exist outside you. It has to return home to the I am. When Neville said, "Be still and know that I am," he meant stop chasing, stop doubting, stop doing, and simply be. Feel yourself as the one who already possesses everything you desire. That's why when people say self-love, it's not vanity or spa days, they're just metaphors for alignment. Loving yourself means identifying with truth. It means you no longer agree with the lie that you're missing something. And yes, this will feel uncomfortable at first, because the ego survival depends on the old identity staying alive. The moment you begin saying, actually, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm enough, the mind freaks out. It'll throw reasons why that's not true. That's okay. It's just an echo. Keep going. You're not fighting the old self. You're outgrowing it, like shedding old skin. That's what he meant by dying to the old man. You're not dying physically. You're dying to the outdated idea of who you thought you were. You're resurrecting as the new one, the real you. This transformation isn't dramatic. It happens in quiet moments of awareness, brushing your hair and feeling beautiful without reason, walking down the street knowing you are the prize, not because of your looks or achievements, but because of your being. Because I am is enough. From that state, love becomes natural. People mirror your confidence, your grace, your peace. You don't chase connection because you are connection. You stop worrying about timing because time follows your assumption, not the other way around. When your self-concept changes, everything adjusts without struggle. Relationships become easy. Conversations flow. You stop scripting texts or checking signs. You live as the version of you who is already fulfilled. And because consciousness is the only cause, the mirror of your world can't help but reflect it. Some people ask, but what if my current reality still shows rejection or silence? Then your job isn't to panic. It's to remember. This is the echo of the old self, nothing more. You don't water dead plants. You move into your new garden. You keep claiming the new self until the scenery naturally matches it. It's like switching characters mid-story. You don't force the world to change first. You assume the new role, and the script follows. Everything depends upon man's attitude towards himself. So what's your attitude towards you right now? Because that's deciding everything. You can choose to see yourself as lucky in love, as adored, as magnetic. Stop saying it's hard, that people always leave, that no one wants commitment. Those are identities wearing your name tag. Drop them. Take moments today to simply close your eyes and breathe into the feeling of I am. Not I am loved by them or I am chosen by that person. Just I am. Existence itself is love. When you rest in that space, there's no lack to fill, only fullness to express. That's where manifestation gets easy. You start realizing every desire is really a mirror calling you back to yourself. You wanted them to see you because you forgot to see you first. You wanted their love because you didn't yet feel your own. Once that shifts, the world bends. I'll share what this practice does over time. One day, you wake up and life doesn't feel like something to fix anymore. It feels like something to enjoy. You notice beauty in small things, sunlight, music, laughter, and realize your energy has become lighter, magnetic. People start responding differently. They notice you, they want to talk, they treat you with the same value you finally gave yourself. It's not magic, it's law. The outer can only echo the inner. So today, stop asking how to get love. Ask instead, who am I being right now? Because if the answer is anything other than loved, desired, peaceful, you have work to do, not out there, but in here. Self-concept work is the real core of manifestation. When you change that, every area of your life, money, health, relationships responds. Because you no longer operate from the vibration of lack. You operate from identity, from knowing. And the most beautiful part? You don't have to wait years. Shifts can happen instantly when belief clicks into place. You don't need fixing. You just need remembering. So as you go about your day, catch your thoughts. Notice each time you feel not enough and replace it not with effort, but with awareness. That's the old me. I don't live there anymore. You'll feel lighter each time. Eventually you realize manifestation was never about getting something. It's about becoming the one who always had it. And when that clicks, love isn't something you chase. It's the air you breathe. It's who you already are. I hope this helped you in some way. I will meet you with another video soon. Happy manifesting.